Hello, and welcome to episode 2 on the CentriCraft server. I'm starting this episode over in the shopping district because I've got a shop I want to be building. But before I get started on that, I'm going to show you a clip of me logging into the server because I was told to be recording for when I logged in. Alright, so I'm logging into the CentriCraft server because I've been told to record as I log in this time. On the Discord. So, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so I have a suspicion what this might be from, well, the thumbnail of someone else's video. So I'm open this. Okay, let's read this first. And okay. Hello Zaphod, I just wanted to thank you for joining the server and also start the holiday spirit on the server by gifting some goodies. Oh, that's exciting. Also, I am shamelessly advertising my new villager trading hall, which is now open, as from intent. Awesome! So the villager trading hall's open. That's good because I need to get some more enchantments to put on my stuff. So if I can trade for them rather than trying to enchant books with them, that would be really useful. And they're books of mending. That's great. I think one of them is definitely going to be going on a fortune pickaxe. Although I might wait until I've got Fortune 3 on it. But yeah, and I think then I'm going to need an XP farm, and wow, so I've got a lot of projects to get done. And of course there's a shulker here as well, which is my first, so that's going to be really useful. Because obviously extra storage in shulkers. Right, I was also told to be recording when I entered the Nether, so I'm going to go through there and see if anything's changed. Oh, there's a sign right outside my portal, pointing me towards a shopping district. And I don't think this is how I did, because this is all slabs, isn't it? Oh wow, does this path go all the way? Wow, that is really cool. So I think this might have been Amradorn that did this path. So thank you very much for that. That's really cool. Right, so yeah, thanks very much to Entent and Amradorn for the gifts and the path. Really useful. And then I could get here without having to try and jump over bits of lava in the Nether, so that's nice. And I'm already putting the shulker box to use. So the shop that I'm going to be building, it's going to be an ice shop. Because I live right next to a whole load of icebergs, and I've got a silk touch pick, so I'm able to farm that up fairly easily. And as far as I know, there's not an ice shop on the server yet, and it is quite useful in quite a lot of projects if you're doing things with water streams or building ice roads through the Nether. So I'm going to build a little shop just here. So I'll be back with a progress update in a moment. So I did say I was going to give you a progress update, but I got a little bit carried away, and hey, it's basically done, I think. I'm not sure if I want to throw in a few more details in form of some blue glass, but that's going to be a bit difficult to get, so I might do that later on when I have easy access to that. But I think I like how it is at the moment. Got a sort of drape of blue ice down this side and snow across that side, so it's got a sort of gradient across it. And then sort of open this way. You come in, and I'm going to have my blue ice and snowballs in this chest, and my compressed ice in here. I think at some point I'm going to be selling normal ice as well, possibly. So I might have to make an ice farm for that. That's something else to do. So at the moment it's just going to be these, and I need to decide on the prices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename these here with the price for each of them. So I'm just going to put down an anvil, rename them, and try and work out a decent price for them. I'm going to do 1 diamond for 64 on the snowball. I don't have many of them at the moment, but I should be able to get them fairly easily. And then compressed ice, I think I'm also going to do 1 diamond before. And then the blue eyes, I'm going to do at 1 diamond 8. Right, and then I'm going to put these in the chests over to one side. Hopefully they'll think to look at that to see what the prices are. I might come back with some paper just to show easily what the prices are for the different things. If not, if they can't see them, they can always ask me. Alright, so that's my first shop set up on the server. It's going to be my ice and snow shop, and hopefully that'll earn me some diamonds. There was another reason that I wanted to be over in the shopping district, and that was I heard that there was a book shop, yeah, in the back of this little inn, or tavern, either way, the bar in here, and yeah, so I had a look through, and I think it was somewhere in here. Yes, there's a Fortune 2 book, and they're 2 diamonds. So I'm just going to get that, because then I can upgrade my pickaxe to become a Fortune 3 pick. So I'm going to put those in there. Right, and the third reason that I'm in the shopping district is because there's Dano's wood shop. I think this is a chest for donating saplings, because I've acquired some jungle and spruce saplings. So it's 8 saplings and you get a stack of logs free. Right, so I have a feeling that, yeah, the logs are currently out of stock, but if I give some saplings now, I'll remember for the next time that I'm wanting some wood, and I should be able to come and claim 2 free stacks. Okay, so yeah, it appears it's got birch and dark oak already, and normal oak, so hopefully that'll be helpful. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is putting those enchantment books onto my pickaxe. So if I throw down my anvil, and I'm not sure I want to put it, because I want it to be quite near this, but I don't think it'll fit having it sort of in here, because obviously if I put it back here, it'll block some of the bookshelves, and otherwise I've got to put it right here. I suppose I could put it right on this edge, and then does that look okay from out here? It doesn't. No, actually, yeah, that's all right just there. Right, I'm going to put that in, and so I'm going to give it Fortune 2, which costs 6, and Mending, which costs 2. So I want to do Fortune first, I think, and then give it Mending as well, so I can keep healing this pick up. At some point I might give it another Efficiency 4 if I get a chance, so it becomes Efficiency 5. Although for my Fortune pick that's not so important, because I'll mainly be saving it for mining diamonds. And as I've got the levels, I might rename it as well. So it's going to be my Fortune Axe. There we go. That's a very happy axe. I'm happy to have that. And now I can mine through all of these diamonds, which I found down in my mines, and silk touched, so that I could do them with a Fortune enchantment. Right, so I'm just going to switch that. Oh, it's a happy sight, seeing all these diamonds explode out. And some more. I have no idea how much I'm going to end up with. It's quite a few blocks that I'd found and silk touch to bring up. So, oh, they weren't getting particularly lucky there. Oh, that last one was good. And oh, some decent one there. Oh, they're good. So I've got over a stack. Was that all of them? A stack and 18. Wow. Okay, that's a good amount of diamonds. I think it's probably about time that I make some diamond armor. So I want helmet, leggings, chest plate, and boots. And then I've got slightly under a stack left. That's fine. I might be making some tools out of that at some point. Actually, I might make an axe now. And I think I'm going to keep all of this around in my enchanting box. Oh, got an advancement. Hey. So that I can test it all to see what enchantments it's getting, and hopefully I'll be able to enchant it all up to a good level before I start using it. Because otherwise I'm likely to die still, and then I'll lose the diamond armor, and as I don't have loads and loads of diamonds yet, I'll try and save them for now until I've got enchantments on them, and they're sort of particularly good enchantments. And on that subject, something else I want to be doing is building a fishing farm, because quite a few other people on the server have them. I usually don't bother. Well, I prefer not to, because it feels a bit cheaty, but as other people on the server are using them, if I don't get my own, I'm just going to end up spending diamonds for the stuff that they're producing, like the Fortune 2 book, which I believe came out of a fishing farm. Given the amount of enchanted books there, they did look like they came from fishing farms. So I'm going to be building a little fishing farm. I think just, trying to work out what side. I want to build it slightly on the water. The actual farm doesn't need to be by the sea, but I want to do it there so it looks pretty. Okay, get rid of that zombie. Oh, there's zombies appearing everywhere. Ouch. Oh, there's one over there as well. Yeah, I could do it in this middle bit just here, and then have the kelp in front of it. I think, yeah, I think I might put it sort of just round this corner here, have a little wooden fishing hut, maybe a little balcony on it, and put a fishing farm inside it. So I'm going to gather the materials for that, and I'll see you in a moment. So I've got some resources ready, and now I'm going to start building up the fishing hut just here. So I put down a crafting table, and I've got a few different types of wood. So I think I'm going to do the whole thing out of wood. So I think to start with, I'm going to give it some sort of struts to stand on. So I'm going to use some fence posts, and I think don't know if I'm going to use spruce or jungle and oak. I think jungle looks a bit like wet oak. So if I had a jungle sort of rising in the water and then switch to oak just out of the water, I think it would look a bit, yeah, like it's just wet underwater, which I think looks quite decent there. Right, so I'm going to do that there. I have to decide how big I'm going to make this, so I'm going to putting this across here, maybe. I think I want an odd center, so 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the wrong size. I want to make it slightly wider. Right. So I want an odd gap, 1, 2, 3. So if I put it there, or here. Right, I think if I might grab some dirt so I can make that sort of level here, so I'm not building huge long pillars out of these, and then I'll do that. And I can put a little hut just above. So I've got the general shape lined up here. So I've got the poles underwater, and then a little sort of platform to walk in, and then the actual building is going to be in this space just here. And then there's going to be a little bit of a sort of balcony area out the back to make it look as if you could actually fish out into the water if you wanted to. Although all of the actual fishing I'll be doing will be on the inside here, because I'm going to build a little fishing setup, which I think should fit in this length. It should be long enough. I should probably check that and sort of install it ready for building around it. And it might be that I have to put a sort of chest set up underneath, or I might raise it up inside the building a little bit. So I'll see which works out best, and I'll be back again in a moment. Right, so I'm back with another update. So I've started building it all up, And I've got this point, and I think I'm okay with the general shape, with the platform and the roof. I think I'm happy with the roof being that shape. But the walls look far too plain, so they clearly need some more detail than just a couple of different textures in them. So I'm thinking of having to do some sort of windows, but I don't want any windows that a skeleton could potentially shoot arrows through, because if I'm using this for the fishing farm, which I can show you just in here, which I've set up to one side here, well, I haven't quite finished it because obviously it needs the water in and it needs an iron trapdoor there, I think. But if I'm doing that, I don't want it to be possible to be shot from any direction by a skeleton, because if they spawn during the night, oh, and there's a zombie I am not keen to be fighting. You might notice on the tab screen I've gone up to 10 deaths now, and that's because in the course of building this, I haven't been sleeping because one of the other centrics wants it to be nighttime. And because of that, I've been attacked a few times, and then trying to get my stuff back off the mobs that had attacked me, I died again, and that's happened a few times. So I'm now on 10 deaths instead of 5, as I started this episode at, which is a bit irritating, but these things happen. I did manage to get some ender pearls out of it though, because there were some endermen around, so I killed them off. But not got loads, and it's 5 extra deaths. The main thing is, yeah, I'm gonna try and work on this and try and add a bit more details into these walls around here. I'm not sure if this top layer here, if I put in a layer of fences, whether that's going to give it a sort of trim around the top. I could even possibly do the same around the bottom, but that might look a bit odd with how it attaches to the sort of dock area. So I'll give that a go, and I'll come back once I've done that. So with the fences in, it looks like this. I decided the main problem was it was looking a bit too tall, but I want that height in order to fit the chests in, so I can have it up to there and then stand on top of it. So I think the solution, well, what I've also tried slightly is putting in this spruce around the bottom, so it doesn't look like it extends quite so far down, but the fences around the top just do not look right in the slightest, so they're definitely going back out. I'm still not sure what to do with these because it's just a big blank wall. Maybe if I put some fences in the middle, it might help. Or potentially I could try dropping the roof down and having it slant more sharply up, and then I could still have it be high enough on the inside, but have the roof look as if it starts a lot lower on the outside. So I might give that a go, and I'll be back again. So I thought I'd just show you this because I just had this zombie villager walk up to me, and he appears to be in a full set of diamond armour. So I'm not sure if I might want to try and keep him around. I don't know if he's going to need a name tag or whether... Ooh, can I get him to hold a piece of wood? Will that stop him despawning? Come on, pick it up, pick it up. You going to pick it up? No, don't think so. Okay, I think I might actually have a name tag. I think he's okay from the sun because of the armour, but I think there's still a chance of despawn. So if I manage to grab a name tag and name this guy, yeah, it doesn't look like he wants to pick anything up. So I'm going to try and make a break for it, get back to my base here, grab one of my name tags and try and name this guy, and then hopefully trap him somewhere. Right, so I want to do this. Ooh, I have to think of a decent name. It's going to be Diamond Doug. Here we go. Yeah, he's named, so now he won't despawn. Now I just need to work out how I'm going to trap him without damaging myself. Right, so I get some dirt. Can I trap him down there? Because that would be a good temporary solution. And yeah, looks like I can. So I've now got Diamond Doug trapped in this hole. I don't know if at some point I might want to try and cure him and then start some villager breeding up here, because I am going to want some villagers for some of my projects. There's one in particular that I know I'm going to need at least one villager for. So that might end up being him if I can cure him, but that involves potions, and I still haven't found a nether fortress in the nether. I know there's one near the shopping district, but I'd like to find one of my own so I can, you know, build a blaze farm and that sort of thing without an issue. Okay, so I can't quite work out what to do at this end. Whatever I try, it doesn't seem to quite work out right, because I can't put the door in the middle because the water flows down here, so I need something to block it in this space just here, so I wouldn't be able to walk through. So what I think I might do, because the note block looks a bit out of place with no other matching blocks, so I might extend the entire wall one more block this way, because I've got quite a bit of ground out here. So if I just extend the whole wall out, I should be able to come in here and then just walk around whatever I put in to block the water there, and then I can have a middle door, and I won't be seeing the note block on the outside of the building. So I'm just going to get that done, I think. Oh, I'm going to have to redo the entire roof. Okay, this might take a little bit of time. I'll be back in a moment. Right, so I've done a bit more work, and I've come up with this for the fishing hut. I think it's done now, so I'll show you around quickly. Still got Diamond Doug out the front here. I'm keeping him trapped there until I've decided what to do with him. Whether I'm going to try and get some of the diamond armor or try and cure him. I can't remember whether they drop that armor when you cure them. I have a feeling they don't. So if I wanted to try and get extra armor out of it, I think I would have to kill it with a looting sword. But I think getting a villager would actually be more useful. Anyway, with the fishing hut, so you might have noticed a big thing. I've put a little chimney on top, and I might decorate that with some cobwebs to make it have a sort of smoke effect coming off the top. But then on the inside, I've managed to centre the door on both ends. So with that there, got this little staircase up so I can stand here and fish. And this is why I put the chimney in. It's because I want the block above the water, well, the water itself, I want to have sky access, because that increases the likelihood of good drops when you're fishing. So yeah, you get sky access to that block. And then at this end, because it's a bit longer, I've got this stopping the water flowing out. And then I can step up this side, and it looks like this from this end. I've got a little step down just here, so if I put a boat in the water, I can just get out of it or into it or out from here. And I'll give you a quick look from the water, what it looks like at a bit of a distance. To here, it looks like that. So I think maybe I came out a bit too far. You can see it sort of just looks like a nice little part in the water there. I'm quite pleased with how this has turned out. I was going to do a thing with a lead attached to one of these and then attached to a mob underwater to make it look like a fishing line, but I've discovered that when you unload the area, so go through a nether portal or walk away, the lead actually breaks. So even if I did tether up a mob to one of these posts, it would look like a fishing line until I went anywhere and came back, so it wouldn't last very long. So I don't think there's any point in doing that. Also, I was planning to do it with a fish, and turns out you can't put leads on fish anyway, so that that plan didn't quite come through. But I'm quite happy with how the fishing hut has turned out. We've got this sort of grid on the side to look a bit like windows. Yeah, I am going to have to move Diamond Dug at some point. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it looks. And yeah, I think I just want to put a bit of smoke off the top of the chimney, and that will be complete and ready to use. Right, so I've put the cobwebs up there to look a bit like smoke, and I think I'm happy with how that looks. Oh, a bit of an odd angle with the sun there. You can see it sort of coming out at a nice angle. I've got that final bit sort of floating by itself right at the top. If I come around here, it might look a bit better. Around here, and yeah, you can see it sort of drifting up there, just like smoke out of the chimney. So I think that's quite nice, and it sort of blends in with the wooden walkways here as well. So yeah, I'm happy that finished fishing hut. I'm back here briefly because I realised I didn't name my store earlier. So the store's name is the Slightly Solid Water Store. So that's the last thing I'm doing this episode. I'd love to hear some feedback down in the comments. Also, if you want to check out any of the other Centrix channels, they'll be down in the description just below. I've been Recoded Zaphod, and thanks for watching.